From the Fox 29 studios, this is Good Day Philadelphia.
Number one pick in the 2016 NBA draft goes to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Well, somebody's happy. Everybody's happy. We're finally number one about something. Sixers win the NBA lottery and get the top overall draft pick. The big question now is, who do you want? Ben or Brandon?
And Sam Bradford opening up for the first time since he left camp. Why the quarterback left and why he came back. And what does he have to say to the fans?
And a teen rushed to the hospital after being shot multiple times. Why officials now investigating this shooting as an arson case. Unusual. Hey, good day, everybody. It is Wednesday, May the 18th, 2016. We're number one.
Yes, we are number one.
So this is what Alex wants to do because we're number one in something.
Okay.
Kind of a one theme. So songs that have one in it.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever. Like that?
But we're not lonely. I'm not feeling lonely this morning, I'll tell you that.
No.
I feel good.
Hey, is one the number of the day?
It is not.
Oh.
And that's a good thing because one is bad on our scale of 1 to 10. We're going with a 6. We're very cloudy this morning. There are a few showers around, especially out to our north and west. Temperatures are in the 40s and 50s with Bus Stop Buddy. And there you see a real quick look at Ultimate Doppler radar with some showers, mostly in Berks County in the Lehigh Valley. We'll see if they make it here. So a stray shower possible this morning, cloudy and cool throughout the rest of the afternoon, hoping to see increasing sunshine and a high temperature, Bob Kelly, of 66 degrees.
Looking good, Subi, at 6:01. There's a 1 for you. There you go. On a Wednesday, hump day, a live look at Woodhaven Road up in northeast Philadelphia between I-95 and Route 1. The Roosevelt Boulevard. A live look here at I-95 southbound, heavy from Academy down to Cottman Avenue. And then, of course, you got the Girard Avenue construction zone. 51 on the Schuylkill Expressway. We're rolling here, huh? No problems on the Blue Route. Looking good in and out of South Philly. However, we got a down tree, actually kind of overhanging tree along Bala Ave right at Montgomery Drive there in Bala Kinwood. Otherwise, mass transit looking good with no delays. Mike, Alex, back over to you.
You're number one, Bob. All right, 6:02.
Well, a 19-year-old was shot several times at his home overnight in Overbrook, and police say the teen was targeted and the teen knew the shooter. The incident is now also being investigated as an arson, as fire officials say the shooter set a chair on fire outside of the house in order to lure the young man to the door. Officials say the shooter is believed to live nearby. The victim is in the hospital in critical condition this morning.
And police in Camden are investigating another shooting. This one happening around 1:45 this morning. Happened at the intersection of 36th and Pierce Avenue. A man was taken to a nearby hospital in extremely critical condition. Right now, there's no word on who the shooter might be or what the motive was. Yeah, the Sixers giving fans a new reason to get pumped up for next season.
Yeah, we have one good reason to be pumped up.
One. Yeah.
So we got the first overall draft pick in the NBA lottery. I think people are still so excited. I'm excited.
Well, Dave Kinchin, he is the picture of excitement.
And
Look
he
at
brought
this guy.
out that one hat he likes to wear.
Oh, the brown hat means excitement.
That's right. Yeah, my hat is happy. That's how happy I am about this. The hat made a return from the winter break. Forget about a trophy. Let's just go with the win right there, huh? The first round pick. When you have a bad record, that usually means you have a good chance at the first round pick.
Second pick will be made by the Los Angeles Lakers, and that means that the number one pick in the 2016 NBA draft goes to the Philadelphia 76ers.
The big announcement we've been waiting for, the biggest victory the Sixers have had in quite a while, and that means two big names to decide upon in the June 23rd NBA draft. Will the Sixers go with Ben Simmons from LSU or Brandon Ingram of Duke? We don't know yet, but we do know that what the first pick means to the fans. Listen in.
They probably need a good power forward, maybe a size like LeBron James or something like that. Not someone that's a whole lot of athleticism, but just somebody that can fill in the paint and help Okafor out a little bit. That'll probably be great for them.
They're talking about Simmons from LSU,
Yeah,
or they're talking about Ingram. What do you think?
Simmons looked like a body fit that'd probably fit in our scheme, in our system. I think they'll do all right if they pick Simmons, actually.
I think Ingram is a better choice for him. I think he'll be a good fit for the Sixers.
Tell me why.
He's a good player, and I think he can, just like Jordan started, they got to build around him, and after that, maybe they can make the playoffs and move a little bit forward after that.
A lot of sports bloggers like Ingram in Philly, but Simmons also has 1 year at LSU and is also debating 2 big shoe deals between Adidas and Nike. So either way, it's already a big win for Philly. Back to you guys.
Well, that's for sure. More on that in just a little bit. 6:05 now. Watch out around City Hall today. This morning, a group against a possible soda tax will protest outside City Hall. Action United is the name of the group, is urging City Council to shoot down the proposal. A hearing is scheduled for today. Officials to talk about the plan, which would charge a 3-cent per ounce tax on sugary drinks. Mayor Jim Kenney says that money would allow 6,500 additional children to receive a pre-K education each year. We'll have cameras there.
Coming up on 6:06, today New Jersey leaders will vote to allow open containers on the boardwalk. Drinking alcohol would be allowed between Albany and Massachusetts Avenues coming this summer. Under the proposal, drinks would have to be in a cup that has the logo of the approved boardwalk bar that poured the drink. Having alcohol in the streets or the beach would still be banned. Those who do business on the boards love the idea, while others worry about too much partying going on. Legislation that would require all Pennsylvania high schools and middle schools to write and enforce anti-hazing policies is waiting to be signed by Governor Tom Wolf. It would apply to any public or private school that includes any grades 7th through 12th. Penalties could include fines, withholding of diplomas or transcripts, and probation, suspension, dismissal, or expulsion.
Gotcha. 6:06. The Pennsylvania Medical Society is launching an education effort to help doctors and patients find treatment alternatives for those highly addictive painkillers that so many people are hooked on. The doctors group is recommending steps that physicians should take online. They say 80% of heroin addicts started out on an opiate prescription from a doctor, and that nearly 11 million prescriptions for opioid medications were filled by patients just last year alone. And lawmakers in Delaware have voted on a bill that would change the definition of family in the first state.
The legislation cleared the House on a 34-5 vote yesterday. The measure, which now goes on to the Senate, eliminates husband and wife from among the relationships that constitute a family, inserting the word spouses. The bill also strikes language referring to a man and a woman cohabitating with a child, replacing it with the word couple.
How about that? All right, 6:07, got to move along here. Your sunscreen may be giving you less protection than you think. New research everyone should know about before heading to the shore this summer. And then there's this.
Talking over 10, 11 cars, you're talking well over $5,000 to $10,000.
2 young kids caught vandalizing car after car, why cops say there's nothing they can do.
6:10, there's a one song.
There's a one. So if you know some one songs, let us know. Pretty much any opportunity we get, we're going to be saying the word one. So just get ready for this.
Okay. It is 610. No, hold on. It's 611 right now. 611.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, a destructive spree of vandalism in one Philadelphia neighborhood, and police say the kids responsible are just 7 and 9 years old.
7 and 9? This is on the 6100 block of Alma Street. Car owners are furious after police say these 2 little kids are vandals. They scratched up at least 10 cars on the street. The incidents were caught on a surveillance camera by a neighbor there. Police found the kids responsible, and since they are 7 and 9, officers say they cannot be prosecuted. Officials say the car owners must pay for repairs themselves, file insurance claims, or go after the kids' parents in court. I would imagine that's going to happen. There'll be somebody talking to the mom and dad today.
Oh, for sure.
Well, a home goes up in flames.
With a young woman trapped inside, what neighbors saw as firefighters pulled her out.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, good morning, everybody, as we go for a ride 295, leaving South Jersey. Watch for some volume building down in the construction zone. Let's go to the Parkway downtown as we listen to Brian McKnight. Back to one, because we got the number one pick. We're going to go get one cup of coffee and come right back.
Make you fall in love with me. If ever I believe my work is done, then I'll start back at one. Yeah, yeah. So incredible.
6:15, Phillies game today.
I mentioned it earlier, and anybody that has kids out there, you know what I'm going to be talking about. You want to get your tickets for the movies today. Mike, Alex, back over to you.
Thank you.
Well, 6:17, right now, Delaware State Police have released the name of a construction worker killed after being hit by a car on I-95 in Wilmington. 36-year-old Alexander Midishov of Wilmington was putting up construction warning signs just south of Route 202 Monday night. Police say that he was wearing a reflective vest when he was hit. Authorities say the impact threw him into the air. He was pronounced dead at the hospital.
And yet another woman is claiming Bill Cosby sexually assaulted her, and this time it also involves Playboy's Hugh Hefner. 26-year-old Chloe Goins, there she is on the left, says she was sexually assaulted by Bill Cosby at a Playboy party. This was in 2008, and that Hugh Hefner had some knowledge of it. Prosecutors are rejecting her sexual battery lawsuit because they say they cannot in any way corroborate her story.
A teacher, a student, and a cemetery, and now charges of institutional sexual assault. In Northampton County, police say they caught Kelly Aldinger having sex with a 17-year-old male student at Easton Cemetery. The 49-year-old, who is married, was a substitute teacher at Easton High School. Reportedly, she also recently served as an official at her church. According to court papers, both she and the teen, they have admitted they've been having sex since the fall of 2015 when the boy was just 16. A New York man has been convicted on charges he used a fake Facebook account to coerce teenage girls into sexual situations. Federal prosecutors say Clifford Wares was convicted on several counts, including production of child pornography. Prosecutors say Wares communicated online with a 13-year-old New Jersey girl using social media to pretend to be a child she knew and had her send photos and videos of herself engaging in sex acts.
Ugh. All right, 6:19.
Now to stories that are making headlines around the world. The U.S. Senate has passed a bill allowing families of September 11th victims to sue Saudi Arabia.
This may not go anywhere. The legislation now heads to the House, but President Obama has already said he will veto it. Under this legislation, families will be able to sue the country of Saudi Arabia in U.S. courts for any role the country's government may have played in the terrorist attacks. Saudi Arabia has threatened to pull billions of dollars out of the U.S. economy if this bill becomes law. We'll keep you posted.
6:20. A new report claims genetically modified foods are safe to eat with no harmful effects on your health. Researchers say they reviewed 900 studies and 20 years of data on diseases and found GMO foods did not lead to an increase in cancer, obesity, gastrointestinal illness, kidney disease, autism, or allergies. The four main GMO crops in the United States are corn, soybeans, cotton, and sugar beets.
Many in this country would dispute those findings. All right, your sunscreen may be giving you less protection than you think. A Consumer Reports investigation found that SPF printed on the bottle may not be the amount of protection your skin needs. In their annual test of 65 water-resistant lotions, sprays, and sticks with a SPF of 30 or higher, 28 sunscreens tested below their advertised sun protection level. So who can you trust? Well, Sam Bradford opening up for the first time since leaving camp.
Why the quarterback left and why he's saying he came back, and what is he saying to the fans now?
But first, let's look at those lottery numbers from last night.
It's the loneliest number since the number one.
This is Fox 29 Headline sports in 1 minute.
Good morning, I'm Howard Eskin. The fans get excited with ping pong balls. The Sixers, with the worst record this season, had the best percentage of getting #1 pick in the draft, and it came down to the final 2 picks at 1 and 2.
The second pick will be made by the Los Angeles Lakers, and that means that the #1 pick in the 2016 NBA draft goes to the Philadelphia 76ers.
The Sixers could have also gotten the Lakers pick if it was out of the top 3. Both the players will go 1 and 2. That would probably be Ben Simmons and Brandon Ingram out of LSU and Duke. The Sixers also get Miami's pick at 24, Oklahoma City's at 26. Sam Bradford and Carson Wentz worked out together for the first time on the practice field. Bradford also spoke for the first time since coming back from his walking out. Bradford said it was the agent's idea to leave camp, and although he is still at times looking over his shoulder, he came back because he talked to the players while he was out and felt the team wanted him back. That's sports in a minute. I'm Howard Eskin.
Hey, Subi. You know that Sean Brace guy? He's coming by in a few minutes.
That Sean Brace guy.
I'm sure he's going to have a lot to say about Bradford.
We're going to play clips of Sam yesterday at his press conference. You want to hear those, Subi?
Well, yeah, you got to listen to the words and then read between the lines, I think, don't you?
Of course you do,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're kind of sandwiched in between 2 weather systems here. Rain to our south, rain to our north. Will it make it here? And what about the weekend? We've got that forecast coming up for you, along with Bus Stop Buddy in just a few. Dave?
And you just heard there from Howard, Philadelphia is first in the NBA draft. We'll hear from the coach and we'll hear from fans after the break.
From the Fox 29 studios, this is Good Day Philadelphia.
We have a lot of firepower around our organization that will dig in, make a calculated decision, a huge decision.
Huge.
We got #1, so let's make it count. I feel like I won the lottery. Do you feel like you won the lottery, Mike?
A little bit.
Okay. We get the top overall draft pick. The big decisions facing the team ahead of the draft coming up June 23rd.
And let's get back to our regular news around here. A teen rushed to the hospital after being shot many times. Why officials now are investigating this as an arson case. Weird story. We'll explain.
I have seen bullying, and bullying doesn't have to just be as a child, but you got to get over it.
So, Kelly versus Trump, the tough talk between the two, one-on-one. Oh, one-on-one. There's the...
one.
Yeah. So, we'll play more of that. Can you call that dude a bully anymore? The front page of the Daily News calls Donald Trump the Teflon Don. No matter what he says, it just... slides right off. Hey, it's Wednesday, May the 18th, 2016.
Good day, everyone.
A good day, everyone. We'll see you Friday in Doylestown. What do you say? We're taking a good day on the road every Friday. Well, most Fridays throughout the summer.
So this is the first one.
It sure is. That'll be another #1, right? So we'll be on the what's the #1 street there?
State Street?
Yeah, State Street.
Yeah.
That's between Main and Pine. We'll see you at 7 o'clock. We'll probably be out there by 6:30.
And this is going to be a big one, guys.
And the weather's going to be fantastic.
Oh, yeah, we did great job on Friday. Saturday, not so much.
Thank you. 6:32. All right, let's get back to this story here. A 19-year-old shot multiple times in Overbrook, but why was the fire department called?
Well, police say he was standing right in the doorway of his home when it happened. And Steve, it's because the person who shot him did something to get him out of the house.
Steve.
Well, Sue mentioned the Phillies, and it's good if you're a batter for the Phillies and you go 3 for 3. Not so good if you're a shooter and you go 3 for 3 with your gun. And we're talking about firing 3 shots through a door and hitting the guy on the other side of the door, trying to keep it slammed shut with all 3 shots. And what he did was, when the guy was in the house originally, he set fire to one of those plastic white lawn chairs, and that's what you see in our video. You can't even make out what it was. It's now melted in black, what was left of it. The fire department showed up, pulled it away from the porch so it wouldn't spread. He used gasoline to do that. And then when the people came out and they saw that he had a gun, they went right back in the house, and that's when he fired the gun through the door.
At that point, the victim and another resident of the property forced the front door shut on the shooter. The shooter then fired 3 shots. All 3 shots went through the front door, and after going through the door, all 3 shots struck the victim in the chest and torso.
Well, it looks like from the front door that he shot 2 shots chest height, then another shot by the knob, which hit him in the abdomen. He's critical, but alive thanks to his 3 roommates. We have 2 men, 2 women live in this house together, and around midnight, this guy going after them for some reason to do with some previous incident apparently, tried to kill at least one of them. So police got an ID. These people were very smart. No stop snitching here. They told police who the guy is, where he lives, and what he drives. And he lives just a few blocks away. He's not at that house, but he is probably in his silver Mercedes. So he's got a gun and probably more gasoline and another bottle with him. So police are going to be real careful. I'm telling you, if you know him, don't try to approach him, as they say. Just call 911.
That's for sure. All right, Steve, thank you for that. 6:34, police in Camden are investigating a shooting happened around 1:45 this morning at the intersection of 36th and Pierce. A man was taken to a nearby hospital in extremely critical condition. Right now, there is no word on who the shooter is or what the motive was.
Lawyers for passengers injured in the deadly Amtrak crash in Philadelphia last year, they are speaking out. They say federal investigators failed to consider alternate reasons why the engineer may have sped up the train. The National Transportation Safety Board says that Brandon Bostian lost track of where he was on a sharp curve because he was likely distracted by an approaching train that was struck by a rock. There was a lot of radio traffic. One lawyer wonders if he chose to speed up to get through the area quickly, hoping to avoid also getting a rock thrown on the train he was on, Amtrak Train 188.
All right, the 76ers, with the worst record in the league, are bringing back hope to the team now. Why are you doing that, Alex?
Because we got the #1 pick.
Oh, I got you.
That's my one dance.
I hear you.
Yeah.
This after they were able to secure the #1 pick last night in the lottery.
But you still don't, it doesn't feel like you won the lottery? Did you see the reaction from some of the fans last night?
Especially out at Xfinity Live, Dave Kinchin, they went nutso.
Yeah, they really did. They went nuts there, and even I actually tweeted a video, retweeted a video from the Sixers organization where it looks like the Sixers staff goes nuts after watching the announcement. And you know what? When you have the lowest record, it usually does mean you're going to get the #1 pick.
The second pick will be made by the Los Angeles Lakers, and that means that the #1 pick in the 2016 NBA draft goes to the Philadelphia 76ers.
They were going crazy. They're clearly the biggest victory the Sixers have had in quite a while, and that means 2 big names to decide upon in the June 23rd NBA draft. Will they go with Ben Simmons from LSU or Brandon Ingram out of Duke? We don't know just yet, but we do know what the first pick means to Coach Brett Brown.
I think it does validate the hard experiences that we have gone through as an organization, as a fan base, as a city. I think that free agent destination, brand new practice facility coming in October, multiple draft picks, the existing players that I have, that I love coaching, all over the place. How can you not look at the program and feel like it really has a heck of a lot brighter future than it used to? And so we understand we still got to coach it. There's a lot of work to be done. But how can we not be excited after tonight?
Just a great start there. Ben Simmons has 1 year at LSU and is currently debating between 2 big shoe contracts between Adidas and Nike. And also many sports bloggers love the idea of a Brandon Ingram in Philly. So we'll just have to see what happens. Back to you guys.
And we shall on June 23rd. LJ.
Hey, investigators hoping better video will help them find 2 dangerous criminals. Police say these men tried to rob a man on April 30th near 24th and Clifford Streets. That's up in North Philadelphia. During the struggle, one of the robbers shot the victim in the chest, critically injuring him. Here's clear video of those suspects. If you happen to recognize them right there, you're asked to call police. Punched in the face and knocked out. You might find this video pretty hard to watch. It happened Monday night along the 300 block of South Street. Investigators say a man punched 2 other guys. Police say one of those men was knocked unconscious and other lost a tooth. One responding officer was involved in a crash on the way to the scene. She's expected to be okay. Police later arrested the man accused of throwing those punches. Today, Governor Chris Christie's administration set to respond to new numbers that indicate the state could face a $1.1 billion budget shortfall. The budget gap could mean lawmakers would have to share money or shave money from some programs or potentially the state public pension payment. Christie's treasurer is scheduled to unveil the exact estimates today. Forecasters are already saying the gap for 2017 more than $621 million. A federal appeals court has delayed the release of a list of unindicted co-conspirators in the 2013 George Washington Bridge Lane closing scandal. A ruling from the Third Court of Appeals in Philadelphia today calls for a June 6th hearing to decide whether to release the list. One of the people on the list has challenged its release, arguing his due process rights will be violated if the list is published, and he would be branded a criminal. Two former allies of New Jersey Governor Chris Christie have been indicted and face trial this fall. A third pleaded guilty. Mike and Alex?
Hey, thanks a lot, Lauren. Almost 6:41 now.
Well, Megyn Kelly sat down with Donald Trump on a special called Megyn Kelly Presents, and she addressed a range of topics with Donald Trump. And Donald Trump says that bullying victims must stay strong and retaliate against their attackers.
Really?
Most American parents try to raise their kids to not bully, to not name call, to not tease, not taunt. How can they effectively bring that message when the frontrunner for the Republican nomination does all of those things?
I'm responding. Now, I then respond times maybe 10. I don't know. I mean, I respond pretty strongly. But in just about all cases, I've been responding to what they did to me.
So, speaking of the way he responds to questions, he conceded that in looking back, he absolutely has regrets without going into major detail. But he did say if he hadn't conducted himself in this bold, brash way, he wouldn't have come out on top. Probably has a point. All right, 6:42.
Well, Eagles quarterback Sam Bradford back in the folds after leaving minicamp. We're going to bring in Sean Brace to talk about this one. Did you like what he had to say yesterday about why he's back?
Hey, it's 6:45.
Okay, Sam Bradford, he's back and he's talking. So he faced the media for the first time since his little holdout.
Hey, Sean Brace, thanks for coming in. From PhillyInfluencer.com.
Good morning.
You know, your website has really kind of taken off. Nicely done.
We appreciate that.
I love it.
So let's talk about Sixers. No, let's talk about Sam Bradford.
Well, let's get this out of the way.
So the first question at his press conference, hey, Sam, why'd you leave? Why'd you leave?
When I first found out about the trade, I was frustrated. I just felt like I needed some time. I could have stayed here, could have continued to work here, but, I'm not sure my head really would have been here those 2 weeks.
You know, sometimes when I break up in a relationship,
Yeah.
I need some time.
You need space.
Could I just go back to the initial trade that Chip Kelly made on that draft day when he got rid of Nick Foles and traded that second-round draft pick? I promise you this, that 80% of Philadelphia Eagles fans wanted nothing to do with Sam Bradford. And after hearing that press conference yesterday, I'm sorry, but it took me back to that day where I wanted nothing to do with Sam Bradford. That was the biggest woe is me type of press conference I've ever experienced. Are you kidding me, Sam? First of all, he knows. The Eagles, or the fans base doesn't really think that highly of him. That's number one. Number two is the Eagles only gave him a 2-year deal. That doesn't tell you anything about the future. They don't want him at all.
And can bounce him after one.
Exactly. So all in all, it was really a 1-year deal. Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. Sam Bradford, and then another thing on this, too. I don't think Sam Bradford really likes it here, but this was his only option.
Well,
Therefore,
wait a
money.
minute. In the press conference, he said he wanted to be here forever. He wanted to finish out his career here. Listen.
Okay.
My goal was to play well for the next 2 years and create that stability that I've talked about pretty much my whole career. Philadelphia is the place I wanted to be. I wanted to play well for the next 2 years, create that stability, and then sign a longer-term deal, and stay here for the rest of my career.
He wanted to stay the rest of his career, so don't you have a little bit of sympathy for him?
Mediocre. He's a mediocre quarterback at best. Mike, this is a disaster. I mean, Alex, can you imagine what's going to happen the first time this guy throws an interception in week 1?
Oh, my gosh.
All right? We know what's going to happen. Look, he came in. He wanted to play for Chip Kelly. All right, that's fine. Chip Kelly's gone. He's no longer here. He wants nothing to do with Philadelphia.
Made this whole mess.
Yes, he did.
Blame Chip.
Yes, he did.
Will he ever get the fans back? Sam, what do you think? Oh, Lord.
Right to be frustrated. I think the only thing that I can do going forward is to continue to get better, to go out there on Sundays starting in September, play good football, win football games, and hopefully win them back.
But more importantly, you know what I think of that comment? Let's go to Xfinity Live.
Yeah.
Because that's the real story. The Sixers get the overall. Okay, back to Sam Bradford. So then we took our cameras out onto the field. I think it was on the field, and we talked to Carson Wentz.
Or was it at the locker?
Was it at his locker?
His locker, I think.
Was he naked?
Mike.
Well, here's what he had to say about Sam.
Toweled up.
Yeah, it's been really good with Sam, with Chase. A lot of good open conversation. You know, we're all trying to help this team get better. You know, and obviously Sam and I are both learning this system. Chase has been in it, obviously. But no, it's been really good atmosphere in there.
I don't think players don't care that Sam left.
No, they don't care, but it's night and day right now, the reaction. Jordan Matthews had a microphone in front of him. He was saying, "Whoa, Carson Wentz is out here slinging it." A lot of positive conversation.
Wait a minute, but Jordan Matthews at the end of last season, he was big for Bradford. He said he was going to be his agent.
Yeah, and then what happened?
Yeah.
They went up and moved up to number 2 and drafted Carson Wentz. Yeah.
But did you hear what the Seattle Seahawks player said yesterday about Bradford?
my gosh. And I don't really want to put stock into that because Michael Bennett's an idiot. But bottom line is, I'm not sticking up for Sam Bradford here. That's for sure.
Okay.
Sam Bradford should not be in an Eagles uniform. This is a disaster. You should have went into this season with Chase Daniel as your starter and Carson Wentz as your backup. And obviously, we know what's
I would
going to
agree with
happen.
that, but I'm going to try to back up Sam.
Okay.
I've gone to
It's a
many
business.
charity events with Sam, okay?
You have?
Yes, he's a nice man.
Oh, okay.
He's a nice man, but he's an average quarterback at best. We're not going to win anything with him.
Number 1 in the draft. Oh, so number 1 draft picks don't mean anything.
Oh, well, you know.
let's
Unless
not
you're
say
talking
that.
about the 76ers.
Exactly.
City of winners, guys. City of winners. Yeah, what a reaction.
Someone said yesterday, I don't know if this is sad that they're cheering this much or if
No.
this is a good thing.
Well, you know what's sad?
What?
We had to suck so bad on all sports to be number 1.
No, you know what's sad? That Sam Hinkie won't be here to enjoy this. And you can bring that up with your 7 o'clock
Listen to this.
guest. Hello.
Wasn't it Sam's idea?
Yes, this is all Sam Hinkie. He deserves a lot of this credit right now, and unfortunately, he's no longer here. I'm not a big fan of the ownership for the 76ers, you know, and they made decisions. I realize why they did, but Sam Hinkie deserves all the credit in the world because, look, he had to hide. He had to hide himself in a bubble. And for him to be able to do this right now in 2016,
Sean, calm down.
incredible.
Calm down. By the way, say hello to Scott O'Neal on the way out with the Sixers.
I know. Well, Sam Hinkie deserves all the credit in the world.
We made history, by the way. Did you hear this?
Yeah.
Sixers number 1. Bob Kelly, listen to this.
Okay.
Sixers, they had the number 1 pick. Phillies will have the number 1 pick in the baseball draft. Eagles had the number 2 pick, right? First time ever that one city will have top 2 picks in 3 sports in 1 year, and that's because we stink.
City of winners, baby.
But not anymore. It's going up now.
Future is
That's
bright.
right.
It's up from here.
Yes.
Thank you, Sean.
The future is
The
bright.
first time that all the teams in one city stunk that bad.
That's
we got
right.
the first pick.
6 months ago, we were named the worst sports city in America.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks. Some rule changes in Washington, D.C. could mean big pay raises for millions of workers. I'm talking about overtime. Do you get overtime? That may change.